Let's be honest, most freelance language teachers don't love selling. You love teaching, helping, connecting with people, but when it comes to actually telling someone about your offer, maybe something in you freezes. It feels awkward, self-promotional, maybe even a bit selfish. But what if selling isn't actually about convincing anyone or persuading them to do something? What if it's about helping people take the next step that they already want to take? Hi, I'm Rachel Roberts, business coach for language teaching professionals. And in today's video, I want to help you completely reframe what selling means, especially if you're someone who came into this field to help others, not close deals. Through my 6-month group coaching program designed to Flourish, I help freelance language teachers and coaches build sustainable, scalable businesses that let them earn more and work less without compromising their values. And one of the biggest mindset shifts that I see my clients make inside that program is realizing that ethical selling and service are not opposites. They're the same thing, just seen from different sides. A little while ago, I messaged someone that I'd been chatting to in the DMs. We'd had a few good conversations about her business, and then she went quiet. Now, normally I'd have left it because I never want to be that person who chases or pressures people. But I was running a workshop in a week or two, and something told me it might genuinely help her. So I sent her a short message saying something like, just wanted to let you know I'm running a workshop on this topic, and it might be exactly what you need. And when she replied, she said, "Oh, thank you so much for reaching out. I've actually been having a bit of a wobble. Imposter syndrome kicked in. I really did want to join. I just kind of lost confidence." And that message reminded me that when we hesitate to tell people about our offer, it's not kindness. It's actually withholding something that might make their life much easier and more satisfying. So selling, when it's done with care, is not pushy. It's permission-based help. Now, there are reasons that we struggle with this. Many of us were taught, either explicitly or implicitly, that if you're a good person, you don't talk about money, and that teachers should be motivated purely by being of service, that it's a vocation, and that if your work is truly valuable, people will find you. But that's not actually how things work. And it's certainly not how learning works. Just think about your students. They don't appear in your lessons because the universe whispered your name to them. They found you because something that you said or wrote or shared helped them to recognize a gap between where they are now and where they want to be. And even if you were referred by someone, that person recognized that there was a gap and that you were the right person to help them fill that gap. And that's really what selling is, helping people see the distance between where they are now and where they want to be, and that what you have is ideally suited to help them bridge that distance. You're not manipulating them to want something that they don't need. You're helping them to name a desire or a need that already exists and offering a pathway to help them get there. When we teach learners, we really do 3 things. We notice where a learner is now, we help them imagine what's possible for them, and we give them the tools that they need to move from A to B. And that's something that will feel very comfortable to you as a teacher. And selling ethically is really exactly the same process. There's no pressure, there's no persuasion, just clarity and making an offer. And they can decide if that offer is something they want to take you up on or not. So how do we make this feel a more natural process for you as a teacher or a coach? One of the most powerful ideas I teach is permission-based selling. And this is about creating a dialogue, not pitching. You're asking for permission at each stage, not in a formulaic way, but with genuine curiosity. So you might say something like, "Would it be okay if I shared a bit about how I could help with that?" And be genuinely ready to hear no at that point. Or would you like me to tell you a bit more about the program that I mentioned? Small questions like that really shift the energy because you're inviting people, you're giving them choice, not trying to shove something down their throat. And when you sell this way, you're respecting the other person's autonomy and their ability to choose what they do or they don't want. You're not trying to convince them, you're helping them to make an informed, empowered choice. And that's what ethical business really is: mutual consent and mutual respect. Because when you avoid selling altogether, when you don't tell people about your offer, you might think that you're being polite or self-effacing or modest, but from their perspective, you're actually leaving them stuck. They might assume that you're too busy, or that they're not the right kind of client for you, or they might simply move on to someone else, potentially someone who won't be able to help them as well as you can. I sometimes think of it like this: if you're a guide at the start of a mountain path and someone comes to you lost and tired, it's not pushy to tell them which trail will take them safely where they're trying to go. It's helpful. They still get to choose whether to walk it or not, but you're helping them to see the way forward. So when we think about selling in this way, it feels so much lighter because you're not asking for something, you're offering something. You're not interrupting people or bothering them. You're inviting them and they can choose whether or not to take up that invitation. And when you can hold that mindset, the way you show up online changes and people sense it because you're showing up with calm confidence rather than feeling anxious and that you need to be doing something that doesn't come naturally to you. You'll find yourself actually listening more to your potential clients. And you know that some people will say no, and that's absolutely fine. Your goal isn't to convert everybody you speak to. It's to find the right matches, the people you can genuinely help who are ready for that help. So I want to leave you with a few questions to think about. When have you not told someone about your offer because you didn't want to seem pushy? And what might have changed for them and you if you actually had? And what would selling look like if it felt like helping someone with a problem they have, rather than asking for a sale? Because when you start seeing selling as service, it stops feeling like something you unfortunately have to do and starts feeling like part of your teaching mission. Selling isn't selfish. It's simply extending the same curiosity and care that you bring into your teaching, extending it into the conversations that make your work possible. So you can stop second guessing yourself, you can stop waiting for people to just find you, and you can start acting from a place of integrity, confidence, and heart. And honestly, this is one of the key shifts that I help people with on my 6-month group program designed to flourish. Because if you want to earn more, work less, and grow a business that actually feels good to run, you have to make your peace with selling and learn how to do it in a way that makes sense to you and can even feel good. So in the next video in this series, we'll build on this by exploring why people actually say yes to an offer and how understanding that psychology can make selling feel even more natural and human. If this episode resonated with you, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the next in the series. And if you know another teacher or coach who struggles with selling, share this with them, because the more of us who sell with care, the more our whole industry thrives.